One of the things that makes America unique is that we're always looking out for others, always reaching out to help. Mentoring is a part of the American way of life. I salute everyone involved with the National Guard Youth Challenge Program. You're an example to the world of why America will never fail to be the greatest nation in the world. Simply put, we're a great nation because we're a great people. Thanks for doing your part to keep America great and good.
Cadet Corps! Attention! Attention, sir! Present halt!
The National Guard Challenge Program is a community-based program for at-risk youth.
It was a recognition of a growing need that many of our kids were not successfully completing high school.
In Louisiana, we had 26,000 dropouts. If you drop out of school and don't get a high school education, you're about 70% chance of being in the judicial system in some way.
Challenge began as a pilot program in 1993. Today, there are 31 program sites in 27 states, graduating over 30,000 kids, two-thirds of them with either a GED or a high school diploma. Challenge is divided into two parts. The first is a rigorous 5.5-month residential phase.
During the first couple of weeks of hardcore, very few of them really want to be here. I tell parents the first day that they will stick with us, that I guarantee them that that cadet will not be the same cadet that they pick up.
It was the start of something that I never felt before, you know.
A lot of people wanted to go home, but a lot of people stayed and toughed it out because they really wanted to be there.
We can do wondrous things here because they're totally and completely absorbed into it.
They spend 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for 5.5 months. Discipline is the central factor.
You can teach a kid to march. You can teach a kid to say yes sir, yes ma'am. If that's all you do and you send them back out to the community, they're going to fail. The linchpin in our program is the mentoring phase.
The 12-month post-residential phase distinguishes Challenge from other programs.
The centerpiece of that is a relationship that the cadet forms with a carefully selected, trained mentor to sustain those changes that have occurred during the residential phase.
Without the mentoring, I don't think it would work, because once you release them, that's when they start facing the choices of life.
I'm not the one that's going to be in his face as far as disciplining him like his father, but I can give him some insight like a father.
Mentors are often paired with cadets they already know.
I knew Jeremy from church, and I knew his father, and they asked if I would be interested in mentoring for him.
We've adopted what we call the friendly match strategies, where we have the cadet, upon application, nominate several adults that they already know to be mentors for them.
Other pairs are meeting for the first time. Every mentor has his or her own reason for volunteering.
I work in the high school, and I see a lot of kids that they just need someone. I guess that other people have done things in my life for me, and I just wanted to do something for somebody else. She struck me as just a teenager that was making some wrong choices. Had to be, because she really had a lot going for her.
I mean, I was glad that she was going to be there for me, but I wasn't really sure what it would lead to.
First impression was I met Dean in a pool hall in downtown Plainfield, and he was playing pool with another young man that had multicolored hair, and they were both smoking, if I remember, and it took a little bit to get Dean's attention, but we finally got it, and we've been making progress ever since.
I think the central role of a mentor is to be there for the cadet, to be able to be a caring adult, to guide them, to help them think through their choices.
Life is all about choices, and each choice we make has a consequence. And a mentor to me is one who will listen and then help identify the options available. Mentors can be anybody. They're an adult who has lived life already. They have experienced many of the things that maybe some of these kids have gone through.
I was having a lot of troubles at home. Like, I couldn't get my schooling straight. Life wasn't going too good. Getting in trouble in school, got kicked out. The last full grade I passed was 5th grade. Drugs, fights all the time, gangs. Not that I didn't have a reason to live, but there wasn't, you know, something there.
I think the term is at-risk youth. Hanging around with wrong friends, pretty much. Not going to school, drugs, alcohol.
Communication is at the heart of the mentoring relationship, which isn't always easy.
I think one of the things with young people is that they don't want to express things that they're going through for one reason or the other.
And it's very hard for a youth to trust another adult in their life because they've not been successful. And we tell the mentors, don't rush this relationship. It's going to take some time for you to gain the trust that's needed here so that they're comfortable.
It's like anybody raising a family, being a parent. There's no set rules. Everything, every kid, every situation is kind of different. You just have to let the cadet that you're working with know that you may not have all the answers, but you're willing to listen.
We're able to really be open with each other and just talk about things, life in general, to let her know that, you know, everybody makes a mistake at some point. There are things that we all go through.
We tried to make contact at least twice a month, you know, if nothing else, by phone, how you doing and whatnot, you know, let him know that somebody is concerned about what he's doing.
I can't really talk to my dad like I talk to him. So whatever I can't talk to him about, I just give him a call, and, you know, he gives me good advice, lets me know, you know, what would he think would be the good thing to do.
It gives you someone else to talk to, like, other than, like, your parents, or, because you can't tell your parents everything.
We share a lot of things, even though we might not have that much in common. Two people that didn't know each other connected just like that.
For the first time, I think the kids that are enrolled in the program actually feel that they have someone that actually cares about them. And when that happens, the kids just blossom.
Me and Kevin, we had a lot of fun together.
We go to movies together. We have gone flying. I'm also in the military reserves, and one day I had an opportunity to bring the Humvee by his house.
And when he left, and all the little kids and all my friends came up to me, "Who's in the Humvee?" I said, "That's my mentor." You're like, "Man, he in the Humvee and everything. Look at him." I said, "Yep, that's my mentor."
The success of the National Guard Challenge program is important because the stakes are so high.
Basically, what we're doing here is we're fighting for Dean's life. If we're not successful in this, then you and I and everybody else is going to be paying for it for the rest of our lives and his life. So you really have to tighten it up. I've grown up in a family, people that have gone out and worked in our communities, and it's a continuation of that. And it's very fulfilling to know that you're trying to steer somebody in the right direction and get them started into a good life.
I get a lot out of it. Tears. Those kind of things that I'm feeling when I see him finish this program.
I feel like that I'm doing something positive for the community. It's just a good feeling, especially to see, you know, someone like Stevie who is succeeding in life.
I'm gonna keep in touch with Kevin, because a friendship like that, you don't want to lose.
I'm just so proud of her, you know, for just changing. I get something out of it too because I feel like I've helped her, I've affected her life.
For a lot of the young men and women that come here, the contact with a mentor after they leave may be the only contact they have with someone that really cares about what's going on in their life.
A mentor can make a difference in the life of a young person. And you know, if you think about it, if we can all do that.
This is all about the kids. Where they come from, their backgrounds, how hard they have to struggle to change, to the tears and the hugs at graduation because of realizing what they've accomplished. Very emotional time.
They're proud of themselves. They have accomplished something, many of them, the most that they've ever accomplished in their lives. It's a very gratifying job, really, to be able to watch these young men and women literally change their lives.
Doesn't take nothing but a little time, you know, and it gives you a good feeling.
If I could tell someone, mentor, I think I could tell them that you help kids and you change their life.